With double money going on this week with hangars, you're probably considering buying one, or maybe you already have one. They can be a great way to make money, and the missions are pretty easy and fairly quick. So I want to give you 7 tips to make the most out of your hangar. So let's just get it started. Number 1, if you have not purchased a hangar yet, go into foreclosures and go into hangars, obviously. So normally I would recommend buying the cheapest business to get you started. The cheapest hangar in this instance is 1.2 million. But when we're talking about hangars, I do not recommend that at all. What you're going to want to do is find the cheapest one. It's going to be this third one on the right here. The cheapest one in Fort Zancudo, hangar 3497. I can't remember, I believe it's roughly 2 million, but that's the one you're going to want to get. 2 reasons. 1, when you buy a hangar in Fort Zancudo, you get access to the military base, so they don't shoot you every time you run in there or fly over it. 2, it's in the middle of the map, so it's going to shorten the distance on your resupply missions and on your cell missions. You won't have to drive from the farthest southern point all the way to the north. So it's definitely worth it. Get this last one here, Fort 3497. Okay, and along with that, as far as renovating it or buying upgrades for it, the hangar style doesn't matter. Lighting, that's your choice. Floor graphics, another thing that doesn't matter. You do want to get office furniture. If you're someone that relies heavily on snacks, or you just like access to them, if you do the standard, you don't have the table in the background there, like the sitting area, so you're not going to have a snack bowl. So you want to at least do the traditional. I think it's 195,000 to upgrade to that, or the modern, it's 280,000 for that upgrade. Either one of these two will put that table in the back, and then you get free snacks, which is going to be super helpful after each mission and after each resupply. And it's just super convenient to have. Next thing, living quarters. Okay, you want to have the living quarters because that'll allow you to spawn at the hangar. And we'll talk about this a little bit more in the video, but being able to spawn here or start an invite only session right from the hangar is super helpful. And then the workshop down here, if you are going to be upgrading your planes, which at some point you will be, you may not need it right away, but this is going to be the only way to upgrade, weaponize, add liveries, all sorts of stuff to your airplanes and helicopters. Any aircraft. I mean, mine's pretty empty right now. I haven't had the hangar for very long. I've been doing this double money, and I think it's going to pay off. But also, if you don't have a hangar, you should be getting one, because this is going to be the only way that you can store aircraft in the game. So I highly recommend getting a hangar, even if you don't want to have the business. But right now, the business is making a lot of money. Next, we're going to talk about sourcing crates. So if you come down here, this is Rooster, and just like in your warehouse, this is going to be the guy that's going to source crates for you. It takes 48 minutes, costs $25,000, and he'll bring back at least 1 crate, but I believe it's a 25% chance that he brings back 2. This week going on right now, he's guaranteed to bring back 2, and I believe the cooldown is cut in half. So he's got a reduced cooldown, and he brings back 2 crates, which sounds nice. If you're going to do the hangar as a passive business, then yes, it is nice. But if you're going to do it actively and try to make the most money, then you're going to want to source the crates yourself. It really doesn't take that long. Almost every mission you can have done in under 5 minutes, 3 to 4 minutes, and you can have their crates sourced. And it's super fast, but it depends on how you want to play it. So we're talking about sourcing missions. You're going to have each one of these different items that you can possibly source as a crate to then sell. So right now I'll put up the chart of how the bonuses work when sourcing crates. So this goes along with the reason of why you don't want Rooster to be sourcing your crates. When he brings back a crate or 2, they are completely random. And with the hangar, you get a bonus for selling the same type of material. So as you can see here, I've got a 35% bonus because I have 29 crates of narcotics, and that's all one type. So when you're sourcing, you're going to want to go back and forth between one and the other because there's a cooldown in between the resupply missions, and it's 4 minutes. I know in the enhanced version, there's a way for people to cut down on the resupply time. For some reason, my enhanced version doesn't work, and I have to play Legacy. It's the only version that works. I cannot get enhanced to work. I know other people have had this issue as well, but for some reason that doesn't work for me. So playing Legacy is the only way that I can do it. So now we're getting into sourcing. Come to the computer, it's like any other business, and we're gonna hit the source tab, and we're gonna come down to narcotics. Now when you're sourcing, you always wanna do the land sourcing. It's faster and it's easier. I guess they added it in after dropping the hangars as an update because not a lot of people like doing the air ones. But it's up to you, play it how you want. I recommend doing land. This is where I also recommend having a flying vehicle sitting outside of your hangar so that when you start the mission, you can have your jet or oppressor right outside, and then just get ready to go. It's also going to help if you have homing missiles, or like in my oppressor, I have explosive rounds. So we're just going to fly over to Mesa. It's a pretty easy trip. And this actually happens to be one of the easier ones that you can do. We need to look for a generator to open up this door. Found it right here. So we found the generator. We're going to break that. Now we sneak in here. This is why I like the oppressor instead of a jet, because you can just stay on it, pick up the package, and then head out. And that's all you got to do. There's enemies down there. They're going to try to shoot you if you get out of your jet, or if you get down there on a vehicle. They are going to kill you. If you have the oppressor, then it makes it a lot easier, because there will be missions where you have to shoot the enemies. There's specifically one that the package is in a semi-truck trailer, and it's just easier if you destroy the trailer and then take the package out of there and then just leave instead of driving back with the semi, because this is going to be way faster. And then we just fly right back into the base, right onto the dot, and it's done. You get one if you're doing solo. If you have friends, you get more. I believe it's one per player. So this is very easy to do solo, and you can make a lot of money with it this week. So that's going to be on the cooldown for 4 minutes. In the meantime, we're going to go over to chemicals and source another one. So the next mission that we got is in El Burro Heights. So this one, along with Alamo Sea or Paleto Bay, you just want to skip. These take too long. You have to get in a submarine, get on a barge, drop the package. It's a nightmare. They're so much longer. So this is why you have the living quarters in the hangar. So you make sure that your spawn location is set to hangar, find new session, invite only, and we're going to cancel that one out. Those take way too long. They're unnecessary. You don't need to do them. And nothing is going to happen with your spawn times on your resupplies. The original one that we were already waiting for, that's going to restart because we're starting in a new lobby. But we can just come right back in here, hop on the computer, and source another chemical package. Go right to land, and you're immediately ready to source another crate for your hangar. If these tips helped you out, hit the subscribe button, like the video. I'd really appreciate it, and have a good day.